First time to this channel, we welcome you and we would love you to subscribe to this channel, press that bell icon so you can be notified when there's a new video. Also, leave your comments down below because we'd love to hear from you as well. Now, this video is for the new moon, the 30th of December 2024. Now, in December we've had two moons, which is pretty special in itself, but it's nice and fitting that we have the last moon, a new moon at the end of the year to bring us into the new year on a high. Or is it a high? That's the question. Now, the influence and the power of this new moon has the energy of an 8. Now, we know, if you've been listening to my channel, what the energy of the 8 is. It brings back change. Now, this change can be very subtle or it can be pretty radical in its materialization, its actualization as it moves through the day and through the week of your life. But the influence is an 8, which is going to bring about a subtle and also I think a pretty powerful transformation, bringing in new things, some things that we may not necessarily be expecting, because again the new moon is dark, it's hidden, and you don't see it until it starts to peek out. After about a day you start to see that the moon is moving out of its dark shadow. Now, with that, this energy of the 8 represent things that are hidden deep below, things of knowledge, things of potential, of what could be happening in your life. And we are in a situation where we are closing out the year. It's been a year, has been a in some ways very radical year, which was talked about at the beginning, that there's going to be a lot of changes, going to be a lot of things revealed, and a lot of things has been happening. We've had earthquakes, we have had natural disasters on an unprecedented level more and more. And so we are seeing changes in all areas of life and all around the world. Governments being toppled, things being accelerated in technology. There's things happening on a massive scale. Things that we thought were maybe years away, decades away, are now happening within a year or so. Also, we're seeing things that were hidden, maybe knowledge, atrocities that were done in the past are now coming out into the open, maybe willingly or being forced out, but either way they're being shown for what they are. And now people are having to grasp and understand the ramifications of all these things been happening. And the thing about it is that it's not going to stop. In fact, I think it's going to speed up even more, that you're going to see more things being revealed, maybe knowledge, maybe things that were hidden, atrocities that were done, political things that have been done are now going to be exposed. And I think you'll find more and more that people will naturally will start to fight back against the system. They see things for what it is, as not being fair or just, or certain people being elevated when the rest of the people are being overlooked. You're seeing it more and more. People are getting fed up of it, are starting to take some kind of action, which is very interesting, because again you see these things being talked about, and also it's being reflected in various systems, ancient systems that people are being used, are being remembered, are put into practice. And so this new moon is giving us this energy of knowledge, but it's also knowledge about yourself. This is the thing that we sometimes neglect. There's things about ourselves that we're not always fully aware of, and this is time where we need to go within ourselves to really search and be prepared to face those truths. And sometimes, and many times, we do know the truth, but we choose not to acknowledge it because we may be frightened, unsure what to do with it. But either way, we have to deal with it and face it. Processing it there's various things that we can do to process these things. We can do meditation, we can pray, we can do various other things, rituals that can help us come to terms with sometimes hard information, difficult things to comprehend or put into life. And all things that we are shown is there to help us to integrate them to be part of our lives. And so this new moon is going to really bring about this sense of change. Now, how this change will happen will depend upon the individual. Now, some people like a gradual process, and some people like it fast and hard to get over the hump and just deal with it in their own way. But again, we're going to find there's going to be help here, because the influence of the fifth house is to Earth. And that brings about a slowing down of things, of understanding, of processing, and educational insight in how we can best consume this new information that we'll be receiving. And also it may be old information but it's been repackaged in the way that we can now accept it for where we are now. Because we may have had the information 5 years ago, but we weren't ready to act upon it. But now we are able to act upon it, and it's been given to us again, but in a slightly different format, so that we are better able to make use of it in the present time that we're in. So I think there's going to be a lot of help coming from that to Earth. That to Earth normally is about being stagnant, but it's also about managing. It's also about checking the details, understanding what you are actually doing with that information and knowledge. And so it's going to be vitally important. And again, we're going to find that help coming from that to Earth, but also you're going to be finding new insights coming from that ninth house of what is normally at the top of the chart there, with that three wood. Now, fire and wood don't always mix together, but I think you're going to have this situation where that wood energy is going to really be sparking the nine fire to really show itself, really sort of reveal things for what they really are. And I think it's going to be a real help for a lot of people to finally see how all the pieces are being put together in their lives. And this new moon that's happening on the 30th is going to really propel that and sort of lay the foundation for what's going to be happening in 2025. And so that 2025 energy of that to Earth energy that we'll be moving into as we transition out of already of that free wood energy, of newness, of things developing. Now we move into that to Earth energy, a bit more stagnant, but again I think it's not stagnant in the way that we're used to. It's more of the energy of understanding, checking the facts, making sure that we understand what we're really moving into. That's going to be, I think, a telling sign of this new moon energy that we're moving into on the 30th. And so you have that energies of the free wood in that ninth house. Again, you see that thing there. But also in the sixth house of metal, you've got the nine fire. And again, we know that six metal can be very rigid in its and very not authoritarian, very strict, but you know, it can be a very harsh taskmaster as it cuts through things. It likes to get things done. That leadership energy burns through, but sometimes it needs to be softened. And again, I think that nine fire will be softening it and showing us what's really happening underneath. But again, because sometimes with this new moon and it's an 8 mountain, right, there's secrets that's been hidden, and so that nine fire will soften the harshness that may be trying to come through, and give it more of a understanding face of what's really happening there in people's lives, how they sort of navigate these various streams of information and knowledge that's being revealed. And again, in that 3-wood house of new birth, new beginnings. You've got that 6th metal again, cutting, but also it's cutting in the fact that it's excuse me, it's just giving you another opportunity to discipline yourself and give you understanding and focus in how you manage this new information. Very important that as this change, whether it's fast or slow for you, wherever you may be on this scale, right, that you are able to navigate it and consume it and make it part of your life so that you can make the best use of this new moon as it prepares you to move into 2025, because 2025 is going to be a fantastic year. Challenges, yes, but very good, and I'll be doing a video on that in a very short period of time. So I hope this video has been of help to you. But remember, this new moon is a second new moon. It's a dark moon, as it's called, but also this new moon is a new moon of opportunity, understanding of yourself in a new way, in that you'll be able to navigate things with that hidden knowledge that you already know about yourself, but be prepared to sit down and give yourself time to understand it. So if you'd like any more information, please use the links down below. Make a booking with us if you would like a more in-depth understanding of where you are and what you'll be expecting in 2025. Until then, take care now. Bye bye.